Hey y'all, this is Ania DecoToes. Welcome back. Witam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie. Na początku chciałam Wam tylko powiedzieć, że druga część tego filmu będzie w języku polskim. Jeżeli chcecie przeskoczyć do tej części filmu, to na ekranie teraz widzicie czas, w którym się zacznie wersja polska. Okay, you guys, so today is going to be a totally chit-chatty video that I wanted to make, but before we get started on that, I do want to point out a few things. First of all, it is really hot in this room, and those lights just make it worse. Second of all, I totally felt like putting a full face of makeup, so as you can see, my eyes are quite bold, and so are the eyelashes that I have on right now. And also, see the little curl on my forehead? It does that on its own. Most of the time it's there, and I'm not fighting it at all. Okay, now let's get to what this video is actually going to be about. So when most people look at me, they probably think, or assume I should say, that my lack of arms is my biggest issue. But let me tell you, after watching this video, you just might realize that although it is hard, obviously, to live without arms, there are other things that are causing me a whole lot more problems. And that is my leg. And it's a problem because I fully rely on my legs. So one of them is just, it's been causing me problems since birth. So for those of you who don't know, I was obviously born without arms, but also my left leg was shorter by 4 centimeters. As I kept growing, my left leg was not growing as fast as the right one, so the difference between my legs just kept increasing. So when I was 8 years old, I had my first surgery, and it was to lengthen my left leg. By that time, the difference was 8 centimeters. So they did lengthen it partially. I don't remember all the numbers because obviously it was a while ago. But I had the external fixator on my leg for 9 months, I believe, if I remember correctly. And there was still a little bit left. Obviously, you don't stop growing at 8. So then the difference got bigger again, and I had to have another leg lengthening. And then the same thing happened, and I had it done a 3rd time. So all the surgeries are one thing. I have had a total of roughly 20 surgeries. I've lost count at this point. Most of the surgeries that I had were done on my left leg. Okay, so aside from the leg length difference, I also have a lot of deformities in my leg, which are not, well, I guess some of them are visible from the outside, but not as visible as you would think. So when you look at my leg, like from the x-rays, at least for me, that's when I realized just how bad my leg is. And obviously I can feel it every day. I mean, I have really bad arthritis in all 3 joints of my left leg. I had an ankle surgery. I had a knee surgery. My hip was never touched, but it is severely deformed. Severely deformed. I mean, my left side and my right side look completely different. But the biggest problem that I have as of right now is my knee. My knee has been hurting me for a very, very long time. I mean, I've had my leg immobilized quite a few times for quite a long time. I mean, with my first leg lengthening, I had it immobilized for 9 months. Plus the cast. So about 10 months. Or maybe more. And it all has caused problems. So, first of all, my knee right now bends to, I want to say about 70, between 70 and 80 degrees, which obviously makes a lot of things harder for me to do because I just can't fully bend it. Thankfully, the bad leg, as I call it, is the left leg and not my right dominant leg, because I cannot do this position with my left leg. I can't reach my face with it. It's sort of just like a helping leg. So I am glad that it's there because I rely on it. However, it has been causing me some severe pain lately. Before I get into the plans for the near future, I want to first of all show you my legs. And I do want to focus on my knees, and obviously, this is my good knee, this not so good. I mean, you can see it. I mean, the scars on this side, obviously. The knee is completely deformed. And also on this side, you can see all the scars from the surgeries. It's bad. It's really bad. Okay, so now that you've seen my legs from the outside, I will show you what my left leg looks inside compared to my right leg. Okay, so I've moved a little bit to make space because I am going to pop the pictures right here next to me. Now, this right here is my right leg. As you can see, the bone looks nice, the shape of the knee and the kneecap and all of that looks nice, right? Or at least if you don't know, this is what the leg is supposed to look like. Now, this is my left leg. So yes, first of all, I have a rod going from my hip to my knee because after the leg lengthenings, when they cut the bone and they've created the gap to lengthen the leg, my new bone wasn't filling in, so eventually at some point the bone was too soft and it bent, and so they had to straighten it out and put a rod in it. So there's that. And also, if you see the kneecap situation and all of that, first of all, there's like no cartilage in there, so it is rubbing bone on bone. It's also highly deformed. I mean, those two knees look like they come from two different people. It's not looking good, and it's not feeling good. I mean, the pain, it gets so bad sometimes that I can't walk. It gets really bad, and at this point, it used to hurt sometimes very badly, but at this point it hurts all the time, and it gets worse a lot of times. A few months ago, I started searching for a doctor, and I've had some bad experiences with a doctor. It's just really hard to find a good one that you can trust to take care of a complex case like mine, especially considering that I do need this leg to be as functional as it can be. So I found a doctor in Florida. There was a whole bunch of issues, meaning insurance wouldn't cover the surgery. Also, I would have to travel there. I would have to stay there for 2 weeks. All of that. And as much as I wanted that specific doctor to do my surgery, it just got too complicated, and I need the surgery ASAP. So I started seeing a doctor here in Charlotte, in North Carolina. I went to see one. He pretty much said, "I'm sorry, this is just too complex. I can't help you," which I thought might happen. And I really appreciate the fact that he was honest with me and that he didn't want to take on a case that he knew he didn't feel capable of handling. So I really appreciate that about him. He did refer me to a different doctor though. And I went to see the second doctor. I was very skeptical. I'm like, there's no way. I mean, am I ever going to find a local doctor that is good enough to take on this case and to do a good job? So I went to see him, and I was so surprised. So surprised. First of all, he did not make me feel rushed. I was able to ask him all the questions. He looked at my entire leg, not just the knee. And he said, "You know what? I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I have all the answers, but we do have a conference once a month with a bunch of other local doctors, and so I will present your case at the conference, and we will figure out what the best approach would be." So the conference finally happened last week, and this Monday, 8 o'clock in the morning, he calls me personally, which is another thing I really appreciate, because I was getting ready to call him later on during the day, because I just want to stay on top of my own things, but he beat me to it. He called first. So there's a plan. And the plan is that the rod in my femur will stay in, which originally I thought they were going to have to remove it. But he said no, for now keep it in, because my bone is like, the rod that's in the bone is like going in and out of it. So he's just worried that the bone would break with anything else. The rod is giving it the most stability, so the rod will stay in. The thing that they will do is a total knee replacement. And I got the date of the surgery yesterday. So it's going to happen in 2 months. And when I got the surgery date, it all became very real and it freaked me out. Surgeries are not something that I get used to. And it's like, oh, I've had so many of them done, just, this is nothing, you know? No, I hate surgeries. I hate being put to sleep. I hate the pain that comes afterwards. I hate it. I hate it. And with every surgery that I think, okay, this was the last one, no, there's more coming. I mean, I just had a surgery like 3 years ago, and another one like 4 years ago or something like that. So they just keep coming and coming and coming, and it's frustrating, but I am in so much pain that I need this to get done. So a part of me is excited, a part of me is worried, a part of me is scared of the unknown. Is it going to improve the way I feel as much as I wanted to? Those are the things that I just have to wait and see. But the reason I wanted to make this video was because I plan on making a few videos about the whole process. I will update you after my next appointment to let you know what is going to be happening. I also will do my best to document as much of the before the surgery and post-op and all of that. That's all coming, and that's pretty much all I have to say about this. I hope I'm not forgetting anything, but I just wanted to let you know a little bit more about what's going on in my life and my beautiful, awesome leg. Yeah. So that's the plan. 2 months. And I'm counting down the days. And I'm terrified, and I don't really want to think about it, really. I mean, this is the surgery that I feel like is the most invasive of all the ones that I had in my life. And it terrifies me. And I'm terrified of something going wrong, because I don't know what I would do if I lose the function in my leg that I have right now. So, I guess there's that. Anyways, you guys, this is it for the English version. Let me get to the Polish one. Thank you for watching. If you stayed and listened to the whole thing, then I really, really appreciate it. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, comment, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and hit the bell to be notified every time I upload on Tuesdays and Fridays. And now let's get to all my Polish friends. Ok, moi drodzy, a więc dzisiejszy filmik chciałam Wam troszeczkę więcej powiedzieć o sobie i o mojej obecnej sytuacji. Większość osób, kiedy patrzy na mnie, myśli, że to, że nie mam rąk, to jest mój największy problem. Ale może na koniec tego filmiku stwierdzicie, że jednak tak nie jest. I oczywiście życie bez rąk nie jest łatwe. Ten świat nie jest stworzony dla osób, które nie mają rąk. Aczkolwiek, ponieważ ja tak bardzo polegam na moich nogach, największym moim problemem teraz jest to, że moja jedna noga sprawia mi wiele problemów i wiele bólu. W sumie to od samego urodzenia miałam problemy z tą nogą, ponieważ kiedy się urodziłam, moja lewa noga była o 4 cm krótsza od prawej. I ona nigdy nie rosła tak szybko jak moja prawa noga, dlatego im ja bardziej rosłam, tym różnica między moimi nogami w długości była coraz większa. A więc kiedy miałam 8 lat, przyjechałam do Stanów Zjednoczonych z moją mamą na moją pierwszą operację wydłużania tej lewej nogi. Przez 9 miesięcy miałam na nodze takie metalowe koła z drutami i tak dalej, i tą nogę mi wydłużali. Miałam też wtedy unieruchomione lewe kolano przez cały ten czas. Potem ja znowu rosłam, noga nie rosła, miałam drugie wydłużanie nogi i później zdaje się, że jak miałam 17 lat, miałam trzeci raz wydłużaną tą nogę. No ale na dodatek mam duże problemy z zniekształconymi kośćmi. Mam też ogromny artretyzm w stawach w tej lewej nodze. Boli mnie kostka, na kostkę miałam operację, na kolano miałam operację. Moje biodro jest w fatalnym stanie, aczkolwiek jeszcze nie miałam operowanego biodra. No i żeby Wam pokazać, o czym mówię, to najpierw pokażę Wam, jak wyglądają moje nogi. A więc tutaj widać różnicę w moich kolanach. To jest moja prawa noga, prawe kolano, to jest lewe. Jak widać, ono po prostu nie wygląda tak, jak powinno. Widać tutaj blizny. Blizny mam też z tej strony i to ogromne od wszystkich operacji. W całym moim życiu miałam około 20 operacji, choć straciłam rachubę, przestałam liczyć, ale większość tych operacji była na moją lewą nogę. A więc stąd wzięły się te wszystkie blizny na tej nodze. Ale teraz chcę Wam pokazać, jak wygląda moja noga w środku. No dobrze, troszeczkę się przesunęłam, żeby pokazać Wam tutaj obok moje nogi. A więc to jest moja prawa noga, czyli ta zdrowa noga. A jak widać, kość wygląda tak, jak powinna, kolano jest takie, jak powinno, rzepka jest taka, jak powinna być. Aczkolwiek to jest moja lewa noga. Oczywiście, tak jak widzicie, mam pręt w udzie, który idzie od biodra do kolana. I mam go tam przez to, dlatego że moja kość w udzie jest bardzo słaba przez wydłużanie nogi. Ta kość, która powinna nowa narosnąć, ona po prostu nie narastała tak, jak powinna, a więc w pewnym momencie ta kość mi się zgięła w gipsie i musieli mi wsadzić pręt. Jak widzicie, też moje kolano, tam nie ma w ogóle chrząstki, ociera się kość o kość i jest to strasznie, strasznie bolesne. Moje biodro również nie wygląda tak, jak powinno, absolutnie, ale jest to temat na, mam nadzieję, nie najbliższy czas, bo na razie jeszcze wytrzymuję z tym bólem, a więc nie będę ruszać mojego biodra jak na razie. Aczkolwiek moje kolano, moje kolano boli mnie bardzo. Po pierwsze, moje kolano zgina się do może między 70 a 80 stopni, a więc nie mam pełnego ruchu w tym kolanie. Poza tym po prostu to boli, to okropnie boli. Kiedyś bolało mnie czasami, czasami mocniej, czasami w ogóle. Teraz boli mnie cały czas i często boli mnie bardzo, bardzo mocno. Często też boli mnie do tego stopnia, że nie mogę na nim chodzić. Dlatego jakiś czas temu zaczęłam szukać lekarza, znalazłam specjalistę na Florydzie, aczkolwiek problemy z ubezpieczeniem, z dojazdem i tak dalej były. Dlatego zaczęłam szukać tutaj lokalnie u nas w północnej Karolinie. Pierwszy lekarz, do którego poszłam tutaj, nie podjął się operacji na mojej nodze. Odesłał mnie on do drugiego lekarza, który ku mojemu ogromnemu zaskoczeniu powiedział, że owszem, on nie ma wszystkich odpowiedzi i nie jest do końca pewien, co zrobić z tym kolanem, aczkolwiek mają oni konferencję z innymi lekarzami raz w miesiącu, na którym przedstawił mój przypadek. A więc 9 lekarzy razem wspólnie zdecydowali, że plan działania jest taki, żeby pręt, który mam w udzie, zostawić na razie, dlatego że to on najbardziej wstrzymuje i wzmacnia moją słabą kość. A oczywiście nie chciałabym, żeby ona mi się złamała. No i będę miała wstawiany sztuczny staw kolanowy. Jest to najbardziej inwazyjna operacja, jaką kiedykolwiek miałam i tak bardzo z nią zwlekałam i tak bardzo się jej boję, a będzie ona za 2 miesiące. A więc chciałam zrobić ten filmik, żeby powiedzieć Wam, co się dzieje ostatnio w moim życiu i żeby Wam powiedzieć, że planuję także zrobić filmiki przedoperacyjne, pooperacyjne, jak dochodzę do siebie i tak dalej. Chcę to udokumentować i podzielić się z Wami tym, co będzie się działo. Na razie panicznie się tego boję, szczerze mówiąc to nie chcę o tym myśleć i staram się zajmować swoje myśli innymi rzeczami, żeby się nie stresować. Mam nadzieję, że będzie wszystko dobrze. Mam nadzieję, że jak najszybciej dojdę do siebie, dlatego że tym też się martwię. Mam tylko 2 nogi, którymi posługuję się do robienia wszystkiego, a więc będąc po operacji wszystko staje się dużo, dużo trudniejsze, ale jakoś damy radę. Będzie ok. W każdym razie, moi drodzy, tylko tyle chciałam Wam powiedzieć w dzisiejszym filmiku. Jeżeli podobał Wam się dzisiejszy filmik, to dajcie łapkę w górę, komentujcie, subskrybujcie i naciśnijcie dzwoneczek, aby nie przegapić żadnego filmu w każdy wtorek oraz piątek. Dziękuję i do zobaczenia następnym razem. Bye!